this is the last and final match of the OGN Apex quarterfinal between Afreeca Freecs Blue versus Reunited. Let's just start off with comps. I've been saying this about every single comp basically because it's mandatory in the game. If you're not running a dive comp, standard. They're not running a dive comp, so standard. The difference is between your DPS, as it always has been as of recently. On defense, I like the Mei, very good on this map. Two really good walls you can do. There's one right here, and then there's one on the other side that I will point out afterwards. You can actually use a wall in the stairway as well. It's just a little bit more difficult to pull off. Genji is, in my opinion, super good on Hollywood because it gets to abuse all the high ground. So both of these I really approve of on this map. Teams like FaZe will like this map because they throw guys like Genji, the best, or Shadowburn, the best Genji in the world. It makes them up. He's so good at it. And they'll run this map all the time because it gives Shadowburn so much freedom to run Genji on both sides. The other side, Reaper, I feel like he's going to switch back to McCree because he was just hovering McCree. So actually, I'm going to call a prediction, and I'm going to say he's going to switch back to McCree. Well, McCree's good to deal with most things, yeah. I don't think there's ever really a time where I'm just like, McCree's bad. Soldier's better than McCree in some circumstances, but then again, it's opinionated. So, and if you get high ground, McCree on this map is actually crazy. So I feel like this is going to go to McCree, so I'm just going to say yes. I'm going to ignore the fact that it's a Reaper right now. Unfixed, this is interesting. I don't hate it. It's got a good combo with Zarya. I haven't seen Unfixed play Hanzo. I don't think he'll stay on it if he's not getting any picks. We'll see whether he gets picks or not. It's also very good to climb up to get onto this high ground, the same way that Genji's good to get up onto high ground. I'm just not sure how it's going to work out in Unfixed hands. Right, scatter angles are also kind of hard to get on this map. Hey, he switched back to McCree. I called it right. Woo.
Watch for flankers as they try to push around the side. Your nice Mei wall.
Great Mei wall. Really good Mei wall. They're probably gonna are they gonna force this fight? Interesting that Arhan engages this fight. And Arhan actually times this amazingly well with Dayfly's nuke, because this nuke hits up, and Dayfly hit a crazy nuke too. So he hits Valataya, but he also hits a few people in this top area. The second that the nuke lands, you see Arhan's dashing through him with Swift Strike. So this is going to drop more. And that's just incredibly well. So he hit 4 people. That's kind of crazy. I'm assuming that Adam is going to charge in like immediately, and they're just going to clean this fight up because of that amazing nuke from Dayfly. And I don't think there's that much that Reunited can do. The Mei wall is super good and had Unfixed like splintered off, so unless Unfixed gets one of those scatter arrows that does 400 damage and just insta-gibs somebody, I don't think it's going to matter.
Valataya has to back away. Arhan trying to do some damage. And they do recry Adam Jin, all picking up.
Adam ends up dying, but because it's Hollywood and it's actually a decently well-balanced map, it doesn't matter too much.
That's a hold for Blue.
I like the decisive play from Afreeca. Blue getting into that corridor with
I really like that. That was played really well. Interesting position on recry. I would have preferred him to be on. I personally prefer to be on high ground as Mei, but I like that positioning as a team that they called for. I'm going to point this out real quick because I said I would point out the other Mei wall option and why I like recry on top side instead of anything else. So I like being on top side as Mei, which is why I was kind of confused why recry was down here, but I didn't mind it. Because you can splinter off a wall right here separating them between the two. And you saw that there was a little gap on this side when Recry last walled. There's no gap. It's solid. But I like the strategy that they went for, and I feel like they're just gonna re-execute it slightly different every time that they can.
The push here. Dayfly well ahead on the nano boost.
They just gave him high ground. Why'd they do that? Arhan should be dead, but Volatai is missing shots. Why is Volatai jump off the top? Okay, alright. Volatai, as McCree, has high ground, and I guess this is just like playing a long series and like starting to get tilted towards the end. Why do you jump off high ground as McCree there? You jump off high ground to kill Dayfly, but you should have just been able to kill him from up there. You commit suicide, so you trade 1 for 1 and you lose your high ground advantage that you had with your team and your pressure, and the Mei gets to control the rest of your team because you can't control the Mei, because you're not threatening anything because you just jumped off high ground. Like what? And the Unfixed was up there too. Like, alright.
Reunited out of the point.
Yeah, Jin has to turn the corner right now. Reunited comes back
supports
around.
there.
Wow, I'm really surprised about Dayfly. The number of times he has been caught out of position so far has been pretty exceptional. He's playing really far forward, and that is a big danger.
Good nano boost on Winghaven. Nice. I didn't. Okay, so they nano boosted Jin to get this off. So when Jin is on the car, he gets nano boosted here, and he gets this graviton in this corner on everyone, and they just clean this up perfectly. That's actually phenomenal. I'm really impressed that they held that. I don't think they should have held that.
And that's a huge team fight win for Afreeca. Freecs Blue. Man, Adam just wrecked them.
Yeah,
wow.
Winghaven couldn't get enough work done because the Zarya had that projected barrier, ate up a lot of that damage coming in from the nano boosted Reinhardt, and then they turn it right around, catch everybody in a big graviton, and right clicks from Zarya, followed by the swings of the hammer from Adam, clean it up pretty easily. So Unfixed now. It'll be Reaper McCree. Switched a while ago over to the McCree, so it has the Deadeye up and waiting, but with that Blizzard, it's going to be a while. Reunited's going to have to work really hard not to get full held at this point.
Well, Blue has some really good
interesting position by Arhan here. He messes up his dash and instantly dies for it. That's awful. Recry's Blizzard here is really good. He messes up his wall really badly. This could be really bad for them. Recry is landing a lot of right clicks right now. That could potentially save him. He's playing really well in this Mei, to be honest. This is probably one of the best showings I've seen out of Recry in this series. What is Unfixed's plan but going on high ground there? That's really strange. He just kind of like left his team to die. And now they're down at DPS, and they should chase these kills, to be honest.
Oh, he did die. Ooh. Yeah, Arhan gets him, so that's
nice.
Dies as well. It's a big split spawn now for Reunited.
So now they just split spawn all that, and now they have to regroup. Really good. Afreeca Blue is playing this almost perfectly to an extent. They're playing very well. Okay. So Reunited has the ult advantage now with this. But there is a defensive ulti here out of Yes Man. Recry's close to another Blizzard. They have a nano boost, and they're about to have this. But there is a slight ult advantage here. I feel like the way Reunited has been playing this map, that Afreeca will hold them here, because they'll wait for Jin to use this, and then Arhan will just dash through, and by the time that the graviton's over, they'll have Blizzard. There could be a big play. Also, they're just like not the best. McCree is usually unreliable as an nano boost target. Also, okay, I know stuff just happened. Why is Unfixed on Reaper? Just like to point out, he was on Genji. He switched to Reaper for kind of zero reason. Like, Genji is super good for reasons I stated, and then he throws it all away for Reaper because they're trying to kill a Mei. Like, that's really your issue? Is like, are you that scared that Volatile is not hitting headshots that you're just like, I have to play Reaper? Because you just threw away a lot of your high ground advantage that you had with this comp for second point, but maybe you're scared of first point because well, it's 25 seconds, so I understand being scared and you switching away after it not working for a certain amount of time, but you haven't really done anything with this Reaper.
Run in with that graviton surge. Good wall comes in for blue. Volatile
Great wall, great graviton. Oh my god, that hurt my soul. Afreeca Blue has been playing this so well. That wall was absolutely phenomenal. It's even stopped the graviton out of Oni God. That was played so well. But they don't respect that little bit of crack, and he gets a triple kill with the McCree nanos.
He gets 3 with the
And this point's definitely gone. Oh, did they just earth shatter? Did Winghaven just earth shatter? Okay, they threw 2 ultis they shouldn't have into this fight. Okay, the second that he got that triple kill, Recry shouldn't have thrown the blizzard, but I think Recry died as he was throwing the blizzard, so that's bad. I don't know why Jin threw ulti into this. That is really bad, especially because you're super reliant on your... Like, this comp is super reliant on Adam keeping his shield up, but now you're super reliant on him hitting an Earth Shatter as well because you don't have Graviton. It's really bad.
The May wall went down just in time, and Afreeca did not respect.
And they take this in overtime.
And they get punished.
Why Afreeca Blue needs to not fight this and give them ult charge? And they just nano boosted Arhan for 0 reason. Just threw away a nano boost. Why did Unfix ult that? What? Alright, well Unfix just threw away an ulti for 0 reason. I'm actually tilted by that.
Where was Reinhardt on this, by the way?
The Reinhardt has his shield up, and he has his
they walked
shield.
past him.
Oh my god, the Reinhardt turned the shield.
Turned at the last second right there, so very
Feels bad.
crucial mistake.
Recry messes up a wall, Valtai should be dead, but he's not. Arhan switches to Soldier. Soldier is super good at the second point. I like the positioning out of Afreeca Blue for the second point. So they put Recry up here with the Lucio, because I saw the Lucio up here before. They put Recry on the top of the other thing, who's now Soldier, which is super good to deal with Genji. Unfixed isn't really gonna... He switches back to it after using the Reaper ulti for no reason, because you're good at high ground, but this Soldier pick's just shuts you down entirely for doing anything on high ground. They have Mei over here, so there's really not any way for them to get up other than Unfixed to get up onto the high ground. This is really good. I really like the positioning here. They all leave the cart. Like, Reunited all leaves the cart to try and fight over here, but Recry almost has ulti, and this could be absolutely phenomenally bad for them. If what's happened is they all stand in ulti. They see that Mei's up here, they don't try to get high ground, they go back to the point. Unfixed realizes he can't get up there. Valtai already has another high noon. He breaks the Reinhardt shield, that's really good. That's a lot of focus on Recry that I don't think was necessary, and Adam gets a kill because Valtai doesn't respond with flashbang in time. That's honestly a lot of this is on Valtai right now. Just not doing anything. Recry gets a kill on Lucio, that's pretty good. Is Recry still on high ground? I don't see him, so... No, he's not. He's getting a position where he can throw. Well, he's kind of high ground, but not where he wants to be. Oh well. He may well boost himself up there, though. No, he's not going to. There's a minute left. There's probably like 2 fights. So... They nano boost reinforce onto this back wall to try and deal with Arhan. But I'm pretty sure Arhan can get away from that before dying. Unfixed isn't with him. So I'm pretty sure Arhan gets to get down here. And I'm pretty sure this is Arhan that's getting nano boosted right here. So he's nano boosted. He almost has aimbot. Jin almost has graviton. and they can drop the beat on this engage, it's all up to Onigod to hit a massive graviton here and hope that they can wipe in it. And they have the tools to, they have Unfix, they have Onigod's ult, they have Winghaven, who's up here, but I feel like he should still be able to get back to help with this graviton, and they have Valentaya and Morte to throw nuke into it, so they should be able to wipe if Onigod gets this graviton.
And there's a sound barrier for blue now.
Oh my god, that graviton.
Afterwards, looking for the kills.
Oh, but the blizzard. The blizzard and the aimbot. Oh my god. And it comes right back. That was phenomenal play.
That was great.
That was phenomenal play. Afreeca Blue, they had exactly what to counter it. I feel like they should have died, but Winghaven wasn't where he should have been. He chased with that nano boost onto high ground too hard. So this is now the last fight, and neither team has ult except for Unfixed Dragon Blade, but he could get slept. I mean, Dayfly's been good at hitting sleeps, he's just been out of position. Otherwise, good wall. Valentaya doesn't get the Zarya, that's not nice. Unfix is getting work done, but where's the Dragon Blade? Like, why is he not Dragon Blade yet? Oh my god. Oh, he messes up though! Oh, he only gets one. He should have got like 3 kills with this freaking Dragon Blade, but he messes up. That's huge. Nice Earth Shatter, and it's on the nano boosted McCree. That's great. It's a 3v3, but blue should have the advantage with the soldier.
Reunited back, maybe. Yes, man, still there. Arhan stays alive. Long time until he's got that health back, but it looks like he's going to be okay.
Winghaven trying to get in here with ulti, but he's not going after Arhan. And aimbot's back, and that should be game. Or round. And Recry had the blizzard to top it off. Yeah. They played that extremely well. Wow. I'm really impressed. I'm very impressed with the positioning that they had. I didn't mention, by the way, that Winghaven switched to Winston off the Reinhardt to try to contest for high ground, but it never really did anything. So I really wish he would have stayed on Reinhardt. And they would have just, especially because Unfixed Recry got knocked off of the high ground at one point, and you go back up to it, Reinhardt would have been a lot better. I'm very impressed with how well Afreeca Blue played that for a payload map. That's usually not their strength. So they only need to get halfway through Streets phase to win the entire series and move on to the semis.
We're really successful with those May walls, at least on the defense. So
I think they have the easier group too. I think they're either playing against BK Stars or Luxury Watch Blue. If they win this, or whoever wins this, that's who they're playing against, which is definitely the easier group. Oh my god. Onigod's got some really good mechanics. No way in hell I can do that, and I'm almost 3,400. Well, 3,300 and a half. That's impressive.
But you can at least buy a bit of time by taking advantage of the
Then again, I don't play that much Zarya anymore.
Yeah, well, they haven't been too keen about using it.
Interesting comps that they have coming out. Not sure if I like it. I'm gonna wait for a second until the gates open to talk about comps. But Afreeca Blue played that first point incredibly well, countering everything that Reunited wanted to do, and Reunited really didn't have a game plan. Alright, so we got standard. As usual, just between the DPS. So, on offense, Recry playing Mei. Considering they don't have to bring it that far, I like this pick because Blizzard is super good. And it can just solo in a team fight. Arhan playing Genji, this is normal. Arhan's like almost like a one-trick Genji for this team. He's incredibly good at it. They run him similarly to FaZe, where they just revolve a lot around his Genji play. I feel like Valataya over here with the Reaper is looking for a hog, like a road hog, because Recry's been running a decent amount of road hog, but he's running the Mei, so it's not awful at killing the Mei, so I don't hate it, but I feel like Valataya could be on something like Tracer and be a lot more effective, especially because his Tracer play this series has been unreal. Unfixed on the Roadhog. I feel like that there's both of these, looking at them now, they're both scared of a dive comp. They're really scared of a dive comp, but they end up kind of getting red because this isn't a dive comp, and now their DPS aren't really in the greatest positions. I mean, Roadhog's good versus Genji, can hook Mei. It's good. Like, Roadhog's good against the entirety of this team, except for Ana. So I don't mind it. I just wish Valataya was on something like Tracer. If you're gonna, especially when you're gonna run the Roadhog and Tracer's kind of a tank shredder, I really would have preferred that. But saying that, I don't hate either comp. I think Afreeca Blue has a slightly better comp given the team comp versus team comp, but we'll see. They give him a lot of space pushing in here. They give Afreeca Blue a lot of space. That's a amazingly good wall. My god. Really good hook though. Yes Man's just dead. Jin gets to Arhan is just in the middle there. Unfixed is going nuts with these hooks, my god. But it doesn't matter, the rest of their team got rolled. Wow. Wow. Recry really hard carried that first point, and Arhan and Jin are like playing like super well. But Recry's wall like hard carried that first point for that first fight. Like, my god. Even though Unfixed had two great hooks, didn't matter. Arhan had already done enough damage when he hooked him. So that was incredibly well done. There's really not anything else to say other than wow, they got stopped. Unfixed is switching off the Roadhog to the Soldier. I like Soldier, especially on this point. You saw what Recry could do with it, or not Recry, what Arhan could do with it previously. So I like it. On this point, especially versus what they're playing against, I actually don't like the Reaper, because you know the Mei has ulti advantage, and yeah, you can kill the Mei, but it's just really hard to like do anything with your death blossom, even if you nano boost it. Like, yeah, you can kind of control high ground to an extent, but like Arhan's the only one that's going to be looking at high ground, and he can just kind of avoid you. So I really wish that he was just like on like something to bother the backline, because I don't know. So I like the Soldier switch. I just don't like that Valataya is still on this Reaper. This is a question mark to me. I swear to God, I can draw a question mark. There we go. Close enough. Ultis. These three are about to have ultis. Recry is a decent amount of the way there. Jin is surprisingly close to it, like 76. God damn. They could just dry push a fight, then win the rest of the fight. They can probably push Phalo to here, just fighting, like this marker, and then they can probably, without using any ultis, then they can probably just get another push to get it here and win the game. They don't really have any ultis on this side to work about, especially because Unfixed, the only one that did a lot of damage in that fight, switched away from it. So Afreeca's got like a huge ult advantage, and they might just want to push forward with it and get it like right away, especially because this is far spawn on Hollywood for Streets phase for defense. Jin has Graviton, does he use it right away? Oh my god, Recry. Wow. That Recry ult was great, and Arhan uses it at the same time. Is that game? I think they get back for a defense. Do they get back for a defense? No, that's it. They don't get back for it. Nope. Wow. That was probably the best map I've ever seen Afreeca Blue play, to be honest with you. That was extremely impressive. I would be scared if I was BK Stars or Luxury Watch Blue to play against these guys, honestly. I think they have a chance. I think these guys are going to be the other finalists, to be honest. The other side of this group is not that strong. The other group is very strong. So I think this is going to be our second place team that just won this, to be honest. But we'll see. They could Luxury Watch Blue could pull something out of their hat and play very well, but I don't think they will. But that's the first round of playoffs. Tune in for the second round.